Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Emily. Welcome back to another fashion-filled and film-filled episode of Sneak Peek.
Tonight we have a Coachella Style Squad, 2 more South by Southwest red carpet interviews,
a segment on the Johnny Depp trial, and we'll finish the show with a game about all the crazy things that have been happening in Riverdale.
Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it. Have you heard the big news about Nicolas Cage?
I did, Sydney. Nicolas Cage and his wife, Riko Shibata, are expecting a baby girl.
After a year of marriage, Cage and Shibata announced last Friday that they are set to welcome a baby daughter into the world and have decided to name her Lennon Augie after the late Beatles member and Cage's father, August Augie Coppola.
Wow, the Coppola family tree continues to grow and grow.
On a slightly related note, Lea Michele of Glee fame has offered to carry the baby of her former Spring Awakening co-star Jonathan Groff, who came out as gay in 2009.
In HBO's upcoming documentary of the Broadway musical, Michelle and Groff revealed that they had become very close friends during the run of their play, and they would even hang out together after the curtains closed.
The documentary releases on May 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern on HBO and its streaming service HBO Max.
Speaking of release dates, we've got some very unfortunate news for Spider-Man fans everywhere.
Both of the upcoming Spider-Verse films from Sony Pictures Animation have been pushed back, with Across the Spider-Verse now releasing on June 2nd, 2023, and a sequel, Beyond the Spider-Verse, releasing on March 29th, 2024.
Across the Spider-Verse is set to be one of the biggest animated movies yet, with over 240 characters, 6 dimensions, and has the largest crew to ever work on an animated film with 1,000 people.
That movie is going to be absolutely insane. And after winning an Academy Award for Into the Spider-Verse, it's no wonder they want to go big or go home.
Exactly. But now let's hear from Kelsey on the recent trial of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Take it away, Kelsey.
What's up, Sneak Peekers? It's Kelsey Leffingwell. Now, if you're like me and have been interested in the Johnny Depp trial but can't seem to find the time to watch it all day, here's a rundown of the trial so far. This trial is set to last 6 weeks, with this week only being week 2 of the trial. Johnny Depp has taken the stand and a lot has come out in between his deposition and the cross-examination. Now, this trial is all based on an op-ed piece that Amber Heard, Johnny Depp's ex-wife, made back in 2018, making him out to seem as though he's been very violent with Heard. During 3 days on the witness stand, Johnny Depp has sought to convince a jury that the allegations of domestic abuse made against him by Heard are untrue and have ruined his career. My favorite part of the trial was when Ben Rottenborn asked Depp to answer a simple yes or no question, and Depp snapped back, "Nothing is simple in this case." This was by far the best moment from the trial because he is right. Nothing about this case is simple, and there is so much about both of their backstories that are being put on full display. Depp has also been tested many times throughout the trial as objections have flown about constantly. He said, "That's hearsay, I guess," to one of his own comments, drawing laughter from a gallery that includes some of his own fans. He then stated, "I'm learning." This past week, we have seen a lot of Johnny Depp on the stand. Many stories have been told in that regard within the courtroom, and it's hard to say how this case will go. But moving forward, it is said that Amber Heard is to take the stand sometime early next week. If you have anything new to share about the status of the trial, be sure to share your thoughts with us at Sneak Peek TV. That's all from me. Now back to the hosts.
Hey Emily, are you pro or anti Jared Leto?
After Morbius, I'm definitely anti-Jared Leto, but I'll always be a big Anne Hathaway fan.
Agreed. Anne Hathaway and Jared Leto star in the new Apple TV Plus show, WeCrashed. And tonight, we have Kelsey's interview from the red carpet of South by Southwest.
Let's see it, Kelsey.
What's up, Sneak Peekers? It's Kelsey Leffingwell, and I am on the red carpet for WeCrashed, a new Apple TV Plus series. What advice do you have to students that are wanting to get into the film world?
The film world, well, watch every movie that's ever been made, if that's possible, and to find the things that you're passionate about, whether it's documentary, whether it's a drama or narrative film, experimental film, and just to be a student of film. Be a fan, be an admirer, be a supporter, and go. I used to just show up at the independent theater and just see whatever was playing. I'd go from one movie, I'd sneak into the next movie. But yeah, I think that's just dive in and fall in love with it.
Thank you so much. And so my first question to you is, what is it like to go from movies to a TV show like WeCrashed?
It's not that different. Not wildly so. I mean, it's kind of crazy to just know that people are going to see it, because I've made a lot of small films that struggle to find an audience, and so it's something kind of crazy to know that you're working with this local corporation and that your work is going to be seen in multiple countries and all of that. But in terms of just practical differences, movies are centered around the director, and film, TV usually centers around the showrunners. And so it took me a second to get used to that, but then once I understood that, I wound up enjoying the most beautiful collaboration with Drew Carvello and Lee Eisenberg, and we really crafted Rebecca together, and they were so generous with me and so supportive, and I can't say enough nice things about them.
Awesome. And then my last question is, you obviously have a lot of fans and lots of people, so what do you have to say to them, and why should they see this film? Or this show, sorry.
No, it feels like a film a little bit.
Yeah, this whole story.
Look, I never know why anybody wants to watch anything. I just think that all I can tell you is that we made it with everything we had. We made it with all of our heart, all of our brains, all of our soul, and I hope everybody likes it. And then in terms of what it's like to be here, I mean, it's just the last 2 years were surreal. This kind of feels like surreal, like a dream, but a good one.
It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi. We're students from UT Austin, and so my first question for y'all is, it was based on a podcast, and so when did you guys realize that you wanted to make this into a series for Apple TV?
Yeah, so the Wondery, who produced the podcast, sent it to me. We've been looking to do a project together. So they sent it to us before the podcast was actually released. We both listened to it and immediately kind of connected to the same thing in it, which is we'd seen plenty of rise and fall business stories, and we both love those. But what was different about this is that there's a love story at the center of it. And so seeing how this love story informed both the rise of the company and the fall of the company was something we'd never seen before, and that's what kind of got us so excited about it.
And then what advice do you guys have for film students that want to be in y'all's shoes?
I guess it's depending on what area of the business you want to end up in. Really just focus on your craft. If you want to write, more than anything else, people sometimes think they have to network or do certain jobs. Just write and write and write, and that will and read and watch things. And if you want to direct or act, so focus on your craft.
Awesome.
I would say don't be casual about it, and if you're a fan of comedy, then become a student of comedy and go online and see one of the top 50 best comedies and watch it, pause it, think like, oh, that's interesting. So like basically at this point in the story, there's conflict. Like, oh, we're 20 minutes in. This one, you know what I mean? And you really start approaching it like students of it, not rather than just like, I'm a fan of horror movies and I like it when people get scared, which is totally fine. That's what a fan does. But if you actually want to be a craftsperson at it, as Drew said, I think you really need to kind of dig in a little bit.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks. Good luck.
Thanks again, Kelsey.
I really love the outfits on this red carpet, Emily. How can you be anti-Jared Leto when he looks that good?
I think he looked okay, but I really loved a lot of the fashion from this year's Coachella.
Same. Luckily, we have Emily here tonight to break down some of her favorite and least favorite looks from this year's Coachella.
Take it away, Emily.
Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Emily Barrett here to talk all things Coachella fashion. Which looks stood out to me and which maybe missed the mark. After a long, nearly 3-year break from Coachella, it was hard to know what to expect from festival fashion this year. Overall, it seems that many celebrities lean towards simplicity and comfort this year. Kendall Jenner, her very own 818 tequila in hand of course, showed up in this simple white set. While she of course looked amazing, I was a little disappointed to miss out on a classic Kendall Festival outfit with her usual fun accessories. Also on the simplicity trend was Timothée Chalamet. While he received some press attention for other reasons at Coachella this year, he kept his outfits casual, showing up in basic t-shirts and baseball caps. Now, I totally respect the focus on comfort, but I also definitely would have enjoyed seeing some of the more creative looks he's known for on red carpets. Next, I have to highlight Miss Emma Chamberlain. Between having her own Chamberlain Coffee pop-up and getting to support boyfriend Tucker Pillsbury, aka Role Model, as the first-time performer, this year really felt like her year. This red set was my absolute favorite look that she did, and I think her red cowboy boots really pulled the whole thing together. Next up, it wouldn't be Coachella without Vanessa Hudgens. While she's made a few controversial statements since we last saw her festival looks, today we're just here to talk fashion. Her first look consisted of a one-piece beneath a sheer dress. For me, this one was just okay. It definitely has a similar vibe to her usual festival looks, but it's also just kind of giving beach cover-up. Her second look, however, I actually really liked. I'm a huge fan of this hot pink, and I think it was a fun and colorful twist on what we usually see from her. Speaking of hot pink, Conan Gray took the stage at the festival in hot pink head to toe. This look was definitely a statement, and I actually think he pulled it off really well. I personally love a monochromatic moment, and I think the boots and the gloves were a perfect touch. Next up, and of course also making a statement, is Paris Hilton. This all-white festival glam, complete with thigh-high boots, space buns, and of course sparkly sunglasses, is somehow both classic Paris and classic Coachella rolled into one. This look reminds me of what Coachella used to be. Influencers in flowy dresses with glitter absolutely everywhere, posing in this exact spot. And I think that that is kind of beautiful. A newer face that we got to see attend the festival this year is Euphoria's Sydney Sweeney. She kept it sweet and simple in a white eyelet set, and once again, the cowboy boots really make the outfit for me. While this may not be the flashiest or boldest look we've seen, I do think it's on brand for her, and she of course looks absolutely stunning in it. Quite the opposite, Doja Cat took the stage on Sunday in pink lace-up boots, a lime green skirt, and leather studded gloves. This look was accompanied by a rock version of her hit song Say So, and I'd say it fit the moment perfectly. She's not exactly known for playing it safe, so I found this look really fun for her. Although I will say, I'm not sure anyone else could pull this off. Now, of course, I had to save the best for last. Harry Styles played his first ever Coachella, headlining Friday night in a rainbow Gucci jumpsuit. To make it even better, he brought out surprise guest Shania Twain in an equally sparkly dress and boots. This pair together was special to witness, and the coordinating looks were truly the cherry on top of an unforgettable performance. For weekend 2, I'd say he managed to raise the bar even higher, taking the stage in pink sparkly pants with his bedazzled initials on the back and a matching vest. This time he brought out Lizzo, who then performed a cover of I Will Survive alongside him, in matching Gucci coats, again an unforgettable performance. Overall, I think Coachella 2022 fashion was worth the wait. That's all from me for now, but we would love to know your thoughts and favorite looks on Twitter at SneakPeekTV.
Welcome back.
And now, here's another South by Southwest red carpet interview from Claire for Apple TV Plus's brand new documentary, They Call Me Magic.
Hey Sneak Peekers, it's Claire Minton here at the South by Southwest premiere of They Call Me Magic. Check it out.
So the sports writer came in and he said, I want to give you a nickname.
About magic.
He's like, yeah, right. My boy's not going to call me Magic.
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 I learned how to smile because of Magic Johnson.
First of all, congratulations on being here, having this incredible docuseries, highlighting your career.
Thank you.
Obviously, your career has spanned across multiple decades, and I'm sure over time it may be hard to remember every single game or every single interaction you may have with somebody.
Yeah.
After filming this docuseries and watching all these different interviews, did you have a special memory or experience that you may have forgotten about that you got to relive once hearing all of these things?
The one thing God blessed me with is one of the best memories of all time. I remember every game. I remember every situation. I'm not that dude that forgets stuff. I don't forget faces. Now, I forget names, but I'll remember a face. Now, all these faces that just interviewed me, if I come up on them, I'm going to say, oh, remember in Austin? Just like you. I'm going to say, remember in Austin? And you're going to say, how do you remember that? Because that's one thing I have is a great memory. But no, you know, I remember every situation and I'm happy. But what makes me cry or feel good is that my family, them talking about, you know, us growing up, or really what my good friends say, and then those who I work with in corporate America, you know, just, you know, all the good times we had and all the tough times we had too. So it's a great story.
You've seen Magic on the court for years, know him personally. Mm-hmm. What specific qualities about him do you think makes Magic Magic?
His loyalty, the dedication he has to his craft, the way he throws himself in whatever he's doing. He doesn't give up at anything. A perfect example of that is when he got the virus. Mm-hmm. He didn't give up on that. Like I said before, people thought we were gonna lose it. He said, I'll show you. And look at what he's turned into today. One of the biggest successful businessmen in the country. That's magic.
Thanks, Claire.
Hey, Emily, do you know about all the crazy things that's been happening on Riverdale?
I've heard so many stories, but I feel like I don't even know the half of it.
Well, Mason, Simi, and Nick are here tonight to spin the River Wheel filled with different games surrounding the outrageous CW teen drama.
Take it away, y'all.
Hey sneak peekers, Mason here. And I don't know about y'all, but I am a major Riverdale fan. With season 6 finale premiering this Sunday, a lot to reflect on throughout the entire show. So I'm super excited to have Nick and Simi here to discuss everything that has been happening.
Hey.
Hi.
Yes, so without much else of an introduction, I am super excited to get to our River Wheel!
Yay!
So, kind of explaining the wheel as we get the game started, we have the Core 4's name cards, then some literature, and our Cheryl bombshells. So, we'll start with the names going around the whole little circle. For rules, the names will be 2 truths and a lie. The literature will, I will say a Riverdale quote, and you will guess who said it. And then for our bombshells, I will say a true Cheryl Blossom plotline that you will fill in the blank with. So, starting out with Betty.
All right.
We know her. We love her. We love her ponytail.
Is it actually like this string?
Yes, that is the prop ponytail. So, 2 truths and a lie of Betty's plotlines. Starting out. Option 1. Betty joined her mom, Alice Cooper, to defeat the cult leader / organ harvester Edgar Evernever as he attempted to ascend and explode in a rocket while wearing an Evel Knievel costume. Or, Betty's fake and real older half-brothers forced her to play a game of Pincushion Man, where she had to stab her FBI agent friend / ex-lover, Glenn. To avoid this and escape, she shot her half-brother and real brother dead in front of her cousins, who are also her niece and nephew. Complicated. Or, in an effort to track down the infamous Maple Man serial killer, Betty launched a 24-hour stakeout inside the boys' locker room of Riverdale High School. Which is the false plotline?
Maple.
I've only seen the first 2 seasons of Riverdale, but I've heard so much about it that I feel like all of them sound like they'd be true, but I'm going to say the first one is false. I'm going to say the first one's a lie.
Any additional thoughts, Simi?
No, they're all so random. Just to preface this, y'all, like, I have never watched Riverdale before. I watched the Archie cartoons that are made back in the 70s, so I don't even know what this is. So I guess the second one sounds the most believable.
Yeah. Well, in fact, the lie was the Maple Man plotline. So, sorry, Nick. Unfortunately, Edgar did try to blow himself up on a rocket. As you can see, that was an entire plotline. Actually, the opening of season 4. So, with that, we can move throughout the next zone of our wheel. Hopefully, y'all can pick up some more points. Come on, guys.
All right.
So, starting out our first literature tab, who said, "I've always wanted to make it on a bed of money"?
Veronica.
Jughead. I don't know.
Points to Nick. That is a Veronica line. Yes, bonus points if you can guess who she said it to.
What was her boyfriend's name? Not Archie.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Good job.
Oh,
Congrats. Cool, cool. Well, moving into our bombshell. Whoa. Okay. This is a fill in the blank. So,
Okay.
when exercising the spirit of her ancestor, Abigail Blossom, the soul was transferred from Cheryl's body into a blank.
Can you please read that again?
So, Cheryl was possessed. She
Okay.
got rid of her ancestor's spirit by putting it into a blank.
I have heard of that. Don't know the rest of it.
I'm gonna need a little bit more hints. Like,
I'm gonna say mannequin. Just guess.
That is a very good guess. It is actually a porcelain doll of her dead brother.
Oh.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I am too. So, skipping right down to Veronica. 2 truths and a lie again. So, immediately after his father was shot in Pop's chocolate shop, Veronica attempted to console Archie by joining him for a steamy shower scene wearing only her pearls. Or, hoping to strike a deal with the Canadian mafia boss Papa Poutine, Veronica hired Riverdale High School's entire cheerleading team to perform pole dancing routines in her speakeasy. Or your third option, in a one-off episode featuring the Riverdale High School guidance counselor, Veronica was diagnosed with an Electra complex, the daddy-daughter version of an Oedipus complex.
I want to say the last one's a lie because I saw the death of Archie's dad, and I don't remember what Veronica did after, but that sounds believable. And then knowing that they went as cheerleaders to the prison to go dance for the prisoners, I feel like that second one's believable.
Okay, so the whole like Oedipus complex.
Yes. So, in fact, the Oedipus complex is real. That is an actual plot line. The lie was the Papa Poutine dance off.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Dang.
unfortunately. But if we want to do just some rapid fire ones, finishing out, Cheryl first exercised her pyrokinetic powers, blasting a fireball at a picture of who?
Jughead.
Her mother. Leading a Wicca cult church service, she dipped her hands into a tank full of
Acid?
bees. Yes, unfortunately, she did. It's a crazy show, but I hope that y'all can catch up in time for the end of season 6.
I don't think I want to catch up.
Well, it's this Sunday. Everybody look out for it. But that's all from us. I think we'll be sending it back to the hosts.
Well, that was certainly entertaining, so thanks for that, guys.
That's it from us tonight, but make sure to tune in each week at 7:30 to catch all the latest entertainment news.
I'm Emily Reese.
And I'm Sydney Kerr. See you next week, Sneak Peekers.